From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. Like Northway Bank on Facebook, and they'll donate $1 up to the first 1,000 to the New Hampshire Food Bank. Visit facebook.com/Northway Bank today. Northway Bank with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Here's the news. Authorities have not been able to reach a Boston man who fell into a deep crevasse on Mount Washington. Officials say Norman Prebash was hiking with 3 other people Sunday afternoon in Tuckerman Ravine when he fell, sliding down a slope and into the crevasse. The other hikers went for help after calling for him and getting no response. U.S. Forest Service snow rangers, Appalachian Mountain Club caretakers, and local search and rescue groups responded. A ranger was lowered about 50 feet into the crevasse, but going further was not possible due to the hanging ice, running water, and snow. The Forest Service said late yesterday recovery efforts have been suspended until a safe entry situation exists. After responding to another illegal fire this weekend, the Conway Fire Chief is again cautioning that permits are required for any outdoor burn. Steve Solomon says his department was called to Transvail Acres off West Side Road shortly after 11 o'clock Saturday night after someone reported seeing a large fire on G Road.
Responded and found a small group of intoxicated subjects that had a bonfire going. They were tearing a building down and burning it in a pile and sitting around it and drinking. The fire they had was unsafe, it was too close to other structures, it did not have a permit, and they're burning non-permissible material. Wood, metal, pieces of the building's electrical system. There's actually a bunch of concrete in the pile, which doesn't burn real well. We had to put the fire out. The police came in with us. Nobody would own up to who started the fire, so they had them dump out their beers and go about their way, head home.
The chief says the fire was only about 15 feet from another building, about 5 feet across and 4 feet high.
It's unfortunately very common this time of year. People need to remember that all outdoor burning requires a permit, and that in the state of New Hampshire, you're only allowed to burn brush. You can't burn full logs, you can't burn demolitions, that type of stuff. No one should be burning anything without obtaining a permit first. Weather conditions this time of year day by day, so you might be able to get a permit one day but not the next day. It is a misdemeanor in New Hampshire to burn without a permit, to burn demolition, and they can be charged criminally for it.
Solomon says Saturday night's fire was the 4th illegal burn his firefighters responded to last month. In Maine news, the Maine House has voted to let stand Governor Paul LePage's veto of a bill to address mortgage foreclosure proceedings. The House vote yesterday, a tie at 69, failed to draw the 2/3 majority needed to override Friday's veto by the governor. LePage said the bill will do nothing to shorten the foreclosure process in the state, which is currently estimated at 420 days per case. Democrats disagree with the governor's action. They say the bill would have prevented large mortgage companies from foreclosing on homes they may not have legal ownership of. In sports, the Red Sox beat the Washington Nationals 4-2 yesterday. Kentucky sits atop the men's basketball world today after winning its 8th national title in school history, beating Kansas 67-59 last night. The undefeated Baylor's women's team goes for the NCAA Women's National Championships tonight when it plays Notre Dame. In the weather today, a red flag warning in effect for all but far northern New Hampshire, starting at 11 o'clock this morning until 7 o'clock tonight. A red flag warning means critical fire weather conditions are either occurring now or will shortly. A combination of strong winds and low relative humidity will create dangerous fire growth potential. Otherwise, mostly sunny today, highs in the upper 40s, gusty winds out of the northwest up to 30 miles an hour. Becoming mostly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-20s, and partly sunny Wednesday, highs in the lower 50s. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.